your favorite? You really did eat something. You left me. I did. I did so I could become what you imagined me to be. So I could be with you.
She's not real.
I found a place where I could bring her to life. Where I could name myself anything, and I did. I went on adventures that not even your father's beautiful mind could have imagined. And then I named myself Mother. And it brought me back here to you. Pumpkin, I was always going to come back. And if I had known what was happening to you, I would have come back.
I don't care what you would have done. You are here. I was alone in there. I never seen you anyways.
You got to leave the day after tomorrow.
I told you what you said.
Ruby,
Hell no.
Judy didn't closer to her than any of us.
See, that's the problem. She's too damn close.
The ancestors said that we have to connect all three of their bodies to bind receiving.
And we need to amplify our intention too. This feels bigger than the resurrection one we just did. We can't call the ancestors for help again. It's just the three of us.
4. Now tell me about this spell.
What the hell is she doing here?
Can we talk?
Anything you want to say, can you say it?
This isn't generational hate. Our families are not at war. This has never been personal.
What the hell it ain't? You're trying to kill my son.
He said as a consequence of a spell I'm attempting to cast, there's no other way for it to work. At least not that I could figure out with the tools at my disposal, but now somehow you've gotten your hands on the Book of Names. Give it to me. And you have my word. I leave you and your family alone. I find another way to achieve my ends without your blood using the book.
No.
No. Too hard for that.
Sulfur come out of the sulfur. She's in my bottom.
The Drake Hotel. You look very exotic. Let me guess where you're from. Japan.
No, 나랑 섹스하다 죽을 수 있겠어?
So you don't speak any English? I said, would you be willing to die to fuck me?
Thank you for meeting me here.
I got a show too. The last time they couldn't hear me and they can't hear me again, and I realized I'd be forgetting to disconnect my earpieces.
I'm sorry, I feel like I had talked to you about.
I think I was trying to help myself.
Gotta make sure these things are turned up. Okay, can you guys let me know if you can hear me? Someone let me know if you can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Hello? Oh, you can hear me good? Rose, can you hear? Okay, you know what I realized, and you guys gonna have to remind me at the beginning of the next video. I use these wireless ear. I know these is old school, okay, but you know I'm old school because this is only one piece for me to have to keep up with. So these go behind your ear, and these are the ear things. I realized on the last live stream when you guys could not hear me, is that I forget to turn these off. So if I don't turn these off, the wireless thing is working. So that's why. So let me know that you guys can hear me loud and clear. I think I turned them off because when they're on, the sound is coming through these. That's why. Don't use earplugs? Why? I know they say wireless stuff is not good for you. Okay. All right. Long as y'all can hear me, I don't want to go through this whole thing and then you guys can't hear me. So give me one more confirmation. Rose, can you hear? Because you said you couldn't hear. And then we will get started. Are you there, Rose? Can you hear? Joseph say you're okay with the old school. Actually, I'm gonna tell you something about old school. Old school stuff is really the better stuff for us, you guys. Before we got all this wireless technology and the digital satellite, all that stuff, before we got all this latest stuff, that was the best stuff for us. Hey, Jackie, how are you? Rose, you can hear me. Okay, good. Rose says get a computer speaker. It costs about 20 bucks. I do have one, but I don't use it. I don't know if I know how to use it for this, for to do videos. I do it when I have you guys call in. That's when I use it. Okay, who else did I not say hello to? Junior, hi. How are you? Can you hear me, Junior? Junior says he can't hear. Barbara couldn't hear. Barbara, can you hear now? Just want to make sure. Robin Hood says one example of new technology which doesn't make sense is electronic wireless shifters for bicyclists. I don't even know if I know what that is. All right, we'll get started. I trust that everybody can hear. I really hope you guys can. I hope this thing doesn't reconnect. All right. So what we are going to make today, you guys, and I'm nervous because this is going to be the first craft that we're going to do all the way through. Like the last time, let's see, the last time I think I had done like that pumpkin, that beaded pumpkin, which came out nice. But I didn't do it like from start to finish. And then I didn't do it on camera, I should say, from start to finish. Um, and then what did we do? Oh, and then I painted over some canvases, but I didn't, I just like, painted them white because I wanted to use those canvases for something. Those came out quite nice, actually. But this one, I'm going to, and I already have one set up in my house, but I thought I would just show you guys in case anybody's interested while we chat. This is going to be a utensil holder. I'm going to make some utensil holders, and then put it in a little basket to make a like a buffet. I guess you would call it like a buffet holder kind of thing, where all your utensils are right there at your reach. You can sit it on your countertop. You can, do whatever you want. I thought that it would be good to do this because the holidays is coming up, and some of you may have company over, and you can have all of your silverware and everything just sitting out. And so that's what we're going to do today. One more thing. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. This is fast, you guys. This is easy. Well, I move slow with everything I do, but generally it'll be fast for you. It's easy. It's very, very low cost, possibly free, depending on what type of things you already have. I'm trying to adjust the camera. It keeps slumping down, so sorry about that, you guys. All right, so here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need some sort of artificial flowers. Most of these are Dollar Tree supplies, you guys, okay? Some sort of artificial flowers, just, whatever your kitchen decor is. That one matches my kitchen counters. You're gonna need a paintbrush. Those come like 5 in the pack for 99 cents at the Dollar Tree. Something to write with, Sharpie. Some sort of labels. Dollar Tree has all types of labels. Okay, they have all types. Glue gun or some sort of glue. I would say some fast acting glue, and then you can go back and reinforce it with something more permanent. Extra glue sticks. Some sort of washi tape, which I couldn't find any at the Dollar Tree the last couple of days. Your Dollar Tree may have some. Washi tape is just like a thin tape with an adhesive backing, and they usually have some sort of floral design or something. I have some around here, but for some reason I could not find it. So you can use washi tape, you can use ribbon, you can use, whatever you like. I have a bunch of different types of ribbon, so I'm going to decide which ones I want to use. I have this one and I have this one. Like I have a bunch. I have a bunch in the back. So any kind of ribbon, because you can glue it on. The washi tape uh, would be my first preference. Is how I did mine for my house. Okay, and then some sort of basket. This one goes with my decor. My counters are black and beige, so this one goes with my decor. Okay. And then you will need like a small bowl, or you can put your paint on a paper plate. I do that a lot. I just put my paint on a paper plate. You need some sort of can. This is where the free part comes in. The can you're going to remove. Of course, you're going to remove the packaging. Just peel that off. It peels off really easy. Um, okay. And then you're going to wash and rinse your can. Okay. And it's going to look like that once it's clean. You'll probably still have a little glue over there. That's okay as long as it's. Now, I have this glove on because I want you to be careful with the cans because the cans can be sharp. I have a little sharp piece in there, so I want you to be very, very careful. Okay. And that's what it's going to look like once it's washed and clean. Okay, and then we're going to paint the can the color of your choice. Like I said, my counters are black and beige, so I'm going with black. Also, in case you don't know about paint, because I had to learn, about the different types of paint. I thought like paint is paint. But this is a glossy finish, and then there's some that is matte, and then there's some that's satin. Satin is somewhere in between, and then the matte is just a flat. It looks flat and dry. These two will look more shiny. So you decide how you want yours. You decide what color. You might want black. You might want brown. You might want gold. Whatever your color scheme is. But I'm gonna go with the black. Okay, I'm gonna pour that in. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. And we're going to chat in a minute, okay? Also, cover your surface. I got this little black tablecloth thing from Dollar Tree. So cover your surface so you don't get paint all over the place. I'm going to switch hands with this glove. Okay. And this is where the glove comes in because it's just easier to me to I'll just start painting it. To put the paint, hold the can like this because that way you can get all sides of it instead of trying to hold it like this and then you have to worry about smudging the paint. So, but make sure you have a glove on because it could be sharp in there. So you're just going to paint the can, and this is just a soup can, refried beans, which is what I use for my other ones. And if you're going to do utensils, the fork, knives, and spoons, then you will need 3 of these. I also have a larger one for my large utensils, but I decided not to bring that over here because I have a lot of large utensils, and I ended up putting mine in like a Dollar Tree bucket that I really didn't even decorate. But you can use like a Folgers coffee can or something that is bigger for your larger utensils. And then just keep it going with your color scheme or however you want to decorate that. Okay, so then you just paint your entire can. And I'm going to take some shortcuts because I don't want this to be too long. We got to get to our chat. And you kind of have to make sure you get in the grooves here because that silver comes through. Unless you like that look where the silver's coming through. It's totally up to you. But I tried to get in the grooves for mine. Okay. All right. So I'll go back and I'll do it later. Now, like I said, I already have mine done. I did mine a couple months ago, but I just thought I would share it with you guys. Containers like this, it does not have to be used for utensils. You can use it for makeup brushes. You can use it for pens and pencils. You can use it for whatever you want to use it for. I'm going to create one today for my paintbrushes because when I take them to the sink and wash them, I'm always looking for somewhere to put them. So that's what I'm going to do with mine. Okay, so once you have your can painted, you can do multiple colors. You can take some painter's tape and put it in certain areas to where that may stay silver or another color, and then you'll have stripes of different colors. You just do what you want, okay? I do not paint the inside of mine, but if you want to paint the inside of yours, feel free to paint the inside. You can also put some sort of cloth or plastic or whatever you want on the inside, or you can just leave it, okay? So once you have this painted, sit it somewhere to dry for a couple hours or maybe overnight. and then it'll be like this. This is one that's already dried, okay? This is one that I'm going to decorate for my paintbrushes. All right, so once we get that done, then you want to go to your washi tape would be my preference. Like I said, that would be my preference, but I don't have any to show you guys. I'm trying to decide which ribbons I want to use. Like I said, mine is going to be for paintbrushes, but I'm going to show you the end product for the forks and the spoons and the knives. So they have this really pretty ribbon right now at Dollar Tree. I don't know what I'll use it for, but I thought I would pick it up because I notice when I see something I like, if I don't get it, I go back and it's gone. So I'm learning to just get it. Then there was this one. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think because this is going to be for artsy kind of stuff, I think I'm going to go with this one for mine. This is two-toned yellow and green, and I think it's cute. And then you just decide where you want to put your washi tape, your ribbon. You can use a plain flat ribbon as well. Just decide where you want to put it. I think I'm going to go with the top. Yeah. You just measure around and cut it. Okay, now I'm going to look for the back of this can. I actually could have painted this a little better. I may go over it later. Okay, I don't see. All right. All right, so I'm going to give it a little glue. And you don't have to use a glue gun. I would say get some fast acting glue though. The E6000 is really the best glue for a permanent hold, but it doesn't adhere right away. That's the problem with that. Okay, so I'm gonna just hold that in place, and look, my glove got stuck on there. And be careful with the hot glue because it is just that. It is very, very hot. You can put glue all up in here, but I think I'm gonna just put it in two places for now. And this is just a simple, like I said, low cost. We all have empty cans of something. Just don't throw those away if you want to do this project. Okay. There that is. And maybe I'll put some at the bottom as well. Let's see how I like that. It's all a matter of preference. Whatever you like is yours. You do what you want with it. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, I'm gonna do that at the bottom. Let's see, I'll take these glasses off so I can see. And then you get, when you use hot glue, you get all these little strings, so you gotta pull those off. Okay. I'll be reading you guys' comments in just a minute. And I'll come back later and I'll reinforce this with more glue. But for now, I think I'm good. Just for demonstration purposes. So I'm just going all around and then I'm going to cut it. What kind of pastimes do you guys do? Is anybody on this live stream today, do any of you guys do crafts? you have any other hobbies? Really important for a TI to get some sort of hobby. I think it's important. Who needs to focus on negativity all day? We don't need that, you guys. All right, there we go. And be careful with this hot glue because it went right through my my glove. All right, I'll come back and I'll get those strings later. All right, so there's a cute little can. I think that's cute. I may even put one in the middle later. And then this is going to be for my brushes. Okay, use this for makeup brushes, use this for pencils, use this for whatever. Okay, this is what I needed, especially when I wash them because I paint all the time. Okay, so there's mine. Fast, quick, and easy. And if I wanted to, I can, put a label. I don't need a label for this one, but if I wanted to, I could put a label. Okay, so that is mine. Get this paint out of the way. Okay. Now, what I want to do is show you guys. Actually, I really like that. It came out pretty. Hold on, I'm missing something. All right, so now we will work on the basket. All right, so the closest ribbon I could find that would match my decor, and I had this for years, is this particular one. But I don't really like the pattern for this project, so what I decided to do was turn it over and just use the black side. Okay, I'm just going to use the black side. And I'm going to glue it to the basket, which I should put the temperature on low because this gets really hot and I don't want to melt the basket. Just going to glue down. Don't need a lot. And by the way, you can get the glue guns from Walmart for $6 or so. One of theirs has a stand with it and one does not. And I much prefer the one with the stand. Because you don't want that glue dripping all over the place. Okay, so I'm just going around. My husband watching TV, so you guys hear him. He's talking back to the TV, whatever he's watching. We have an open concept house, and at the time when we got it remodeled, I thought that was a good idea, which means you don't have very many walls is what it means. But now I don't really like it because you can hear everything throughout this whole house. You can hear everything. Hear everybody's conversation, laughing, snoring, everything. Because we don't have very many walls. And my husband watches television very loud. Alright, so I'm just continuing to glue this all the way around. Okay. Hopefully it's straight. I'll try to center it. And if I didn't mention, I got this basket from Dollar Tree as well. They have a wide variety of baskets. Okay, so I have to go back and reinforce this because that's kind of lifting up a little bit. And I didn't get it as straight as I wanted to. So just make sure yours is straight. See how this one is kind of going over and then this one is not. So I'll take that off later and I'll reinforce it. Straighten everything up. I have, this is a flower pick, Dollar Tree as well. I just took it off of there. I decided to keep the green leaves on there, so I thought that was pretty. And I can glue this, and I might, but because there's holes here, I think I can just stick it in the hole. Let's see. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. I hope so. Yeah. Oh, it's a tight squeeze. Maybe I can cut this a little bit. Just to stretch the hole. Alright, so that's not going to work. So what I'm going to do is just glue, which is fine because I can change the flowers if I want to change it to a different flower at a later date. Okay, just hold that on there for a second. Wait. And make sure things are centered the way you want them because I'm really not the best at centering. And I don't like that side. Wait a minute. I'm going to use it on this side. Okay, I definitely see some flaws here. I hope you guys don't make with yours. This is not as smooth as it should be over here. Okay, I'm going to have to take this apart and redo it, but I'll do that after the video. Alright. Then I have one label thing missing. I just had it. Give me a moment, you guys. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Good. Fell on the floor. I stepped on it. So now it's dirty. Alright, so then you'll take your label. This is another type of label that I found at Dollar Tree, which I thought were cute. You'll take your label and you'll put it on your can. I will caution you to make sure you put it up high enough so that it can be seen, depending on the type of container you're going to have it sitting in. Now, don't look at mine because it fell on the floor and I stepped on it, so it's dirty. But see, if I would have put these down low and then sit it in here, you won't see it. Okay, so I have labeled all of these. Okay, let me see if I can turn that around for you. All right, so there you have it. A buffet center for the holidays, okay? We use a lot of plastic around here, so I have plastic in mine, but put your, hey, Mindset, thank you. Okay, put your real silverware in here. I just thought this would be good for the holidays. If you're having people over, you have plasticware or, whatever. Okay, we just leave ours sitting on the counter. I have napkins here. Napkin holder came from Dollar Tree. You could feel free to paint that or decorate that if you like. I didn't bother. Keep your paper plates in here. Keep your real plates in here. Add some greenery. Okay, let's see. Add some greenery. And there you have it. Okay. Nice little buffet center. It's labeled. Oh, and that's where the Sharpie comes in, okay? Make sure you're right. And this is what the washi tape, I mentioned washi tape a couple times. On the one that I just created for my paintbrushes, I added, this is called like bling wrap, okay? Or some sort of craft wrap. That's what I added. I love how that came out for that one, okay? Or you can do washi tape, which is this, and this is just a little adhesive tape, but even though it has a sticky backing, I still glued it down just so it can be on there very secure. They have a bunch of different designs. I have not been able to find the washi tape at Dollar Tree lately. I ended up finding mine at Michael's, I think, Michael's, and it was kind of expensive. So if you can't find one that's a reasonable price, then go with the bling wrap. You can put this, if you choose to put it at the bottom too. I chose not to because the bottom's not going to be seen in the particular container that I'm using. You can put it in the middle. You can decorate however you want. Okay, I just want to give you guys an idea. This is really handy to just sit on your counter. Maybe you don't have a lot of space in your drawers, or like I said, maybe you just want to have yours handy, because we just like to keep our plates and stuff handy, so I keep it on the counter. Maybe you're going to have people over for the holiday. Okay, so that's it. That's our craft for today. All right. Read your comments, and then we'll move on to the chat. That's fast and easy, you guys. Sojourner Truth said, if you have people over the holidays and can remember, you got to make a list. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not having anybody over though. We keep our buffet. We just keep it on the counter. Now let me see. How can I get to the comments, you guys? Let's see. I'm not able to see them. I'm not sure why I'm not able to see the comments. I see them once you guys post a comment, I see them, but I'm not able to go back and see all of them. And I don't know why. There they go. Okay. You guys can hear the TV. Sorry about that. Listen to my husband laugh. Okay. Okay, I'm just reading the comments, you guys. Hi, Jeff. How are you? Okay, my God is in control. Says nice. Thank you. In remembrance of my mom who showed me how to crochet. Oh my gosh, I love crochet. I wish I knew how. I've tried so many times, I just don't get it. How to crochet a blanket at 9. I started crochet scarves and beanie hats. God led me to start writing a prayer book. I plan to publish it. Very good. Good for you. Writing is so therapeutic. Very good. My God's in control. Crafting is very beneficial. How is your son in his new place? Yes, crafting is very, very beneficial. If you're talking about me and my son, when I had mentioned to you guys that he wanted to move to Ohio, we went there to visit, so that he could figure out if that's where he wants to move. He's still here. He hasn't left yet, but he's still planning to move there. He's not sure when. Thank you for asking. Let's see. I lost where I was. Sojourner True, hope you're doing well. Thank you. Hope you are too. Barbara says good to see you. Thank you. You too, Barbara. Sojourner Truth says, what's your husband watching? I'm not sure. He watches movie after movie. He has literally seen every movie in the world. He watches a lot of movies and he laughs. I hope that I can pick up his personality because he laughs. He has really good humor. Barbara says, I am painting mandalas on river rocks. Oh, nice. Mandalas? Mandalas? How do you say that? Mandalas. Good. Very good. I love to paint. Hey, Al. How you doing? Al said he's at work, but he's glad to have caught the live. Welcome, Al. We just did a quick little craft, which is like a buffet. Kavika, hi. How are you? Mindset, did I say hi to you? Hey, Mindset, how are you? All right, you guys. So that was our craft. Let me know if you guys like that, or is it just me that likes to do it? I love to do crafts. Um, But lately I've been wanting to share them with you guys while we chit chat. So let me know if you guys are interested in seeing more. I do have ideas. They will always be low cost and hopefully fast to do. They sometimes take me a long time just because I don't know. They just take a long time for me sometimes, but I'll try to make them fast. Um, yes, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Give me a thumbs up. All right, so here's what we're talking about today. Let's see, what did I name today's topic? Today's topic was, what did I name today's topic, you guys? Getting rid of negative influences, I think is what I said. And that came to mind because I saw something on television, which was a young lady on Judge Mathis, actually. And then I saw a YouTube video that came to my feed, which was the rapper DMX. And they were sort of kind of talking to he and the young lady were sort of, talking about the same kind of subject. So I said, I mean, it really stayed in my spirit. So I thought, while we're doing this craft, we could just chat about it. And I came to the conclusion that really what they're talking about is negative influences in their lives. And let me just back up. Okay, so for those of you who don't know who DMX is, I don't, I'm not really into rap, but I do know who he is. He's a rapper. He's probably in his 50s by now, or late 40s, I would say. Um, and he used to be in the news all the time because he was constantly going to jail. And um, most of the reason why he was going to jail was drug related stuff because he has really had a very public battle. And I'm trying to adjust this camera. Very public battle with drug addiction. And it's no secret, he admits it. He's not the type that denies it. He struggles with drugs. But what really fascinated me about him was that the fact that he is very, very, very spiritual. He's very, and I don't even like to use that word spiritual, but he's saved. Okay, he's saved. If you've ever heard him pray, like he can pray, he can get a prayer through. And it's something about his prayers that's very heartfelt. Like he's really searching. You can tell he's really, really on a spiritual journey and has been for years. And he's really, really searching. He really wants to be delivered from drugs, and you can really tell. But he keeps finding himself back in jail. I think the last time he went to jail, it was for some tax evasion type of stuff. And then he gets out, he's on parole, and part of his parole is he can't do drugs, but he usually fails the drug test because he falls back into the drugs and he ends up back in jail. So it's been like this never ending cycle. And it's really, really sad because you can tell that he just wants to be delivered from that. Um, and so I knew that about him, and I think most people know that about him. I think people say that he's a good rapper, but I'm not really into rap like that. But I think people say he is a good rapper. So people really, really like him. I personally think he's a targeted individual. I don't know if he knows that. I'm trying to adjust this camera, guys. I'm sorry. Um, but I think that he is targeted. I really do. So I knew that about him, the whole drug thing. But I never really knew the story behind, how he fell into to drugs and everything. So he did an interview, and it happened to come to my feed, and so I thought I would click on it. And he did an interview with someone, and he talked about the source of his drug addiction. And he said that he was 14 years old. I believe he grew up in New York somewhere. He was 14 years old. He was just beginning to get a real interest in rap. And so he would, practice his lyrics and all this stuff. And um, someone from the neighborhood that was like 30, 35, something like that. Um, Introduced him to drugs, basically. Passed him a joint. The joint was laced with crack. And he said there began, his drug addiction. And he was very emotional when he was talking about it, because he said he really, really looked up to this person. This person was a mentor for him, and the guy basically got him addicted to drugs. And to me, that was really, really, of course, that was really wrong what that guy did. First of all, what attraction does a 30, 35-year-old person have with a 14-year-old? That's just crazy. He said that the guy, not only got him on drugs but into robbing, and that's that whole cycle. When you're trying to get your drugs, you're gonna most people will end up in a life of crime, trying to keep up with the habit. So he started robbing, and he's doing all this with this older man. And I'm just thinking, like, wow, why would a young person intentionally do that? Like, if somebody slips drugs on you, that's not an accident. You don't accidentally slip drugs on somebody. That was very, very intentional. So he may have even been targeted way back then. Now, the fact that he got into robbing people, because I was reading some of the comments on that video, and people were saying, well, he hurt somebody when he was robbing them, and that's very true. Never to dismiss, the crimes that he committed, because at 14 years old, you know right from wrong, and you shouldn't be doing that. But at the same time, anybody who grew up in the inner city or knows about the inner city, those type of things happen all the time with young people robbing people and getting into a life of crime and being influenced by older people. We can have positive influences in our lives, or we can have negative influences. And the whole point of this chit chat right here is to say, get rid of the negative influences in your life, because they mean you no good. Whether that be a person, place, or thing, get rid of it. Get rid of it, because a negative influence is something or someone that is going to change your thought pattern. They're going to change the way you normally would do things. Someone could even negatively influence you against another person. Especially us being TIs, we have to be very careful with that kind of stuff, because going back to the fact that the guy slipped drugs on him, he thinks he's hitting a joint, which the guy shouldn't have been giving a 14-year-old a regular joint, but he did. But he thinks he's smoking a regular joint and it has crack in it. Okay, that's a real reality for TIs. People slip drugs, poison TI's foods, not only targeted individuals that this happened to. This doesn't happen to anybody, but we're more vulnerable when it comes to this kind of stuff, because people are out to do these terrible things to us as TIs. So be careful. Don't even leave your water sitting somewhere, because these people smiling in your face are not necessarily your friends. Now, some of them may be, because I don't want to sound like I'm, trying to turn people against people, because I'm not. I mean, we need people, but reality is there's a lot of people that are not right in a target's life. There are a lot of people that are trying to influence you in a negative way, trying to get you on the wrong path. And I just really felt bad when I heard his story. And all these years later, into his 40s, um, he's still dealing with this drug addiction of what that particular guy did to him. Okay, so moving on to the lady who I just mentioned. She was on Judge Mathis, and she looked to be early 20s. I'm gonna say 21. Beautiful young lady, 21, 22. She said she had two children. She seemed to be a shy, kind of introverted kind of person. She said right out of high school, she met a young man. I guess he was probably, somewhere around her age, maybe a year or two older. She said from the very beginning, he started hitting on her. From the very, very beginning, the first week that she met him. Okay, that's a red flag right there. But if your self-esteem is not where it should be, and you have troubles at home, or whatever you're going through, some people will fall into these abusive type of relationships. So she said, the beatings got worse. And before you knew it, she tried to mask that pain with drugs. So at 21 years old, she has two children. She's a heroin addict. And what did she say? Crack, heroin, meth. She said anything to mask all the pain she has been through. And she started prostituting to feed her habit. Her children got taken from her. It's just a mess. And again, there was a negative influence in her life. Okay, this guy didn't mean her any good whatsoever. Now he's gone out the picture, but she's left with this habit. This terrible habit. Two children. Children are not in her custody. And I mean, 21 years old, strung out on heroin. That is terrible. So people can take you there, okay? People can take you to a very, very dark place. So if you have any kind of struggles, if you have even depression, that's what's coming to my mind. Even depression, okay? Even if it's not drugs, it's not prostitution, it's not any of that. Depression, okay? Anger issues. Look at the source. Try to track that back. Where did that come from? Where did that originate from in your life? Okay. If that thing or those people are still in your life, you must eliminate that. You have got to eliminate that, or you're going to have a life full of struggles. You will never get where you need to be in life. You will never reach your true potential if you have these negative elements, these negative influences in your life. And unfortunately, as a TI, these people are intentionally sent. Like some people, it happens by happenstance. You meet people. A lot of people are a product of their environment, like DMX. He said he grew up in government housing. He grew up in, not to say all government housing is bad because it's not, but he grew up in the inner city. He grew up, around a lot of crime, around a lot of drugs. So maybe he was a product of his environment, okay? Um, and being young and impressionable like that, you don't know when somebody's manipulating you, okay? But now we are full grown adults. We need to take control over our lives and not allow these people to do the damage that they can surely do and have surely done, you know, in our lives. So trace that back. Whatever that negative thing is for you, trace it back. If you currently have these negative influences in your life, you need to do some inventory. You need to do some inventory because it's not going to get better. It's not going to get better. Um, Moving to the back to the young lady, you got somebody putting their hands on you? No. Mm-mm. The first time should be the last time. You can't stop them the first time, but you can stop them that second, third, fourth, fifth. No. Verbal abuse? No. All of this is putting you in a very negative space, in a very bad place, in a place where you don't need to be. And it could take years to reverse that stuff. Trust me, I went to therapy for a whole lot of years. Wish I could go now, but no. I don't know if I could find a therapist that I would really, really like, because the last one was a perp. But if that's what you need, then that's what you need to go and get. You need to go get some therapy. You need to do some self therapy. Something as simple as this is therapy. This is my therapy. Okay, I love to paint. I love to just create whatever. It may not be beautiful to somebody else, but it is lovely for me because it's my therapy. Okay, find your therapy. Find something that's going to help you through whatever you have to get through because there are people who will negatively influence you. You could have a certain personality type. You could be a very outgoing person, and before you know it, you're this negative person. You don't want to deal with anything or anybody, and you're just going down the wrong path. That's because the wrong people are in your life. Now, I'm not saying sit around and just be this lonely, boring person. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying take inventory. Really figure out what is the source of all this pain I'm in. Why am I drinking more than I should? Smoking, putting all this toxic stuff in my body. I even had to do that with food. I had to really trace back what is the source of me being an emotional eater, because I know that's what it is for me, a very emotional eater. What is the source of that? I had to really, really try to figure that out, and I'm still trying to figure that out, and I'm trying to take action to do something about it. And so I just want to encourage somebody, because I really felt bad and still do for DMX and for that young lady, and so many other people in this world have similar stories just like theirs. So, that's it. That's all I want to say. That's my little rant for the day. I don't know why I can't really catch these comments. Joseph said, perps, lace weed with meth, etc., etc. The way you get hooked in. Yeah, yes, yes, yes. And that's something, I'm glad you said that, because that's something that TIs particularly need to know, that people will be sent to get you addicted to drugs, and they will lace it. I know several people who have had things laced. I know people who've had things put in their drinks, drugs put in their food. And remember, bartenders have been known, some bartenders, not all, some bartenders have been known to lace drinks and things like that. Even if, even if you're out, with some friends, and you're at a club, you're at a party or something, don't walk away from your drink. If you walk away from it, it's gone. Don't drink it. I don't care if it's water. I don't care if you ask somebody to hold it for you. No. Drink it before you go to the restroom or something. Don't come back to it. I'm telling you. Don't. I know someone that got their drink laced at a club and had a very terrible car accident. I know two people that happened to, actually. Had a very terrible car accident. Both of them did. And they will do the same with food. And then before you know it, you're strung out on something. Mindset said, yes, you did, Miss Renata. Yes, I did what? I'm not sure what I was talking about at that time, Mindset. Sojourner. Talking about those geese I was feeding last summer. That was funny. Mindset made stir fry with Uncle Ben's. Oh, that sounds good. I stopped buying that store because of the harassment. No, Mindset. Don't let them stop you going to the store. No. That's mind control. Go to the store. Right, Rose. Rose said the perps want your attention 24/7. They only want you thinking about gang stalking, so you need to distract yourself from them. There you go. Are you leaving, daughter? Huh?
Yeah.
You need dad to help you back out?
Am I back in? Or
Mm, well, you'll see.
no?
All right. Drive careful. Let me know when you're there. Love you.
Alright, love you, bye.
Bye. Okay, sorry, guys. Christopher says they keep trying to mind control me with a lot of things. Try as they may. Yep. They're always going to try. Rose says they know if you think about gang stalking 24/7, you will get depressed. So you need to try your best to distract yourself. Yes, definitely. I just can't do it. I can't get them on my thoughts. I used to do that. Rose says watch a movie, play music, pray, read the Bible, do a hobby like cooking, crafts, woodworking. Yes, anything. Ride your bike, work out. There are some people that like to work out. Work out, go fishing, work on the car, do whatever it is for you. Everybody has different interests. Rose says I don't do weed or any type of drugs. We don't need it. God made our minds just the way He wants them to be. We don't need to alter our minds, you guys. For what? Not to mention, I don't even know how y'all can afford it. Goodness gracious. They said cigarettes is almost $10 a pack. When I quit, they were 85 cents. They were 85 cents. And I was smoking a pack a day back then, 30 years ago. So I'll probably be up to 3 packs a day dealing with this mess. Don't need it. You don't need it. If I can quit, you can too. You got to be deliberate. I could have a pet in my apartment. The companionship would be nice. Well, can you get fish? Can you get a little fish tank or something? Christopher says, my mother is a targeted individual. She knows, but she doesn't want to find out much. Yeah, some people prefer to just be in denial. Mine said talk, Miss Renata. Christopher says, my meditating on my God is my therapy. Good for you. Mine said, we TIs have to watch everything. Me personally, I hawk every perk and everything, period. Then if the drink don't look right, I call a manager or get it replaced. I write down where I eat too, because I'm going to trace it right back. I don't do a lot of eating out anymore like I used to, just because I'm trying to eat better. But yeah, keep track of where you eat at. Mindset said, Miss Renata, what's with the ladies with the bright color red hair? Like they are the worst. Oh, they're just trying to sensitize you to that. I don't know. My perks, they have every color hair. I don't pay attention to stuff like that. I honestly don't. I won't be sensitized to that kind of stuff. But yeah, they're trying to sensitize you. They do that. They'll have the people with the funny color hair, with the dreadlocks. I get the dreadlock people every now and then. Yeah, I mean they it's never ending. So I guess they're trying to sensitize you to that mindset, but that won't work. Don't let them. Barbara Butler says I have a little apartment and I have a bearded dragon and she is a perfect fit. What is a bearded dragon? Is that a fish? Sojourner Truth said, "Well, it's kind of hard to hug and play with the fish." Let me tell you, don't underestimate the fish now, because I had Sparky for years in the fish tank, and he started off a little goldfish from the carnival, not that big. By the time he died, he was like that big. And I'm telling you, Sparky knew when I came in that door, he would come to that little fish tank and be going back and forth so fast and happy to see me, and I was happy to see him. Don't underestimate the fish now. Rose says you can get a bird or a fish. Dogs are a lot of work. You have to take them on walks a lot. So a fish or bird might be better for some people. Yeah, yeah, whatever suits your personality. And like you guys are saying, you may not be able to have a cat or a dog in an apartment. You don't have to take them out on walks, but it's best to. And actually, I must say that me taking Buddy on walks every day has really helped me to get stronger with my targeting because I'm forced to face all that perp activity when I go out with him. So it's a good way if you want to, just grow with this whole targeting thing. If you want to get stronger, walking your dog is a good way to do that. Sojourner Truth plants are good companions. I have a snake plant named Purity. Yeah, plants too. I don't have a green thumb, but some of you do. Mugget says, I actually caught you alive. To the best, lovely, persecuted, precious souls here. I love you. You are so sweet. Renee, you're such a wonderful oasis. You are so sweet. Ditto. Same to you. Hey, Robert. How are you? Robert, I sent you an email yesterday. Check your email when you get a moment. Anybody see my comment? This is the first, yeah, I can see this particular one. First one I see from you, Robert. Barbara says a small reptile. Reptiles are very interesting to watch. A calm, interactive pet. Now, I don't think I could do the reptiles. Maybe some of you can. Montez said fish keep you so calm when you're just watching them swim around. I'm telling you, and you can decorate. I eventually moved up to a pretty large size tank. I don't remember what size it was, but I had it decorated so pretty with all kind of greenery and little bridges and windmills and oh yes, you can make a whole little beautiful oasis in a fish tank. And back then, though, you had to clean them manually. Now they have all this equipment where you don't have to do all that cleaning. But don't underestimate the fish, you guys. Robert says at work can't join chat. May I ask for prayer? My home is not safe. Oh, Robert, it's not safe. I'm sorry. I will definitely pray for you. I'm sorry. I know you're at work, but if you want to tell us what's going on, maybe somebody can give you some advice. Okay, you guys, that's it for me. Jacqueline says, I miss speaking my inner thoughts because I know they're listening, so I speak and babble sometimes. Well, all I can say to that is, you know, don't worry about what they can hear. I mean, it just is what it is. We can't stop our lives because they can hear us or see us or, they don't want to do that. Robert says they mess with my email, but I'll check. I understand your comment, Mugget. Okay, you guys, I'm supposed to do my talk shoe call today, but I need a nap beforehand so that I can do it. Because if I don't get a nap, I probably won't do it. You're welcome, Jackie. All right, so for those of you who just joined, let me show you our craft today, and then we're going to go ahead and end. So, Journey, you have a good evening, too. All right, so it was a buffet. But this is for those who just joined. Take this stuff out. My dog is running around with something he found in my daughter's room to eat that he shouldn't be eating. All right. So it's knives, forks, and spoons. It's a buffet. Okay, that's what we made today. Let me turn it around. You guys can see the titles. Okay, that's what we made today. It'll come in really handy for the holidays, but for me, I keep mine, just keep it on the counter. You can put your, it'd probably be better with your real silverware in there. Okay, that was our craft today. Let me know if you guys like this kind of thing, because I do have more we can do together while we chat. But mainly, I do want you guys to really, really, really take inventory of the negative, thank you, Jackie, the negative influences in your life, because sometimes you might not even realize that people are influencing you negatively. Say, for instance, you have somebody who you really enjoy being around. It could be a relative, it could be a friend, and you really enjoy talking to them. They uplift you, they encourage you, and you do the same for them. And you just, that person is just a really positive influence in your life. Then all of a sudden, you have somebody come along. Maybe it's somebody you just met, maybe it's somebody you already know, but they're always talking about that person who you really like. Before you know it, they have influenced you, and you don't feel the same about that positive person. But you don't even realize that. You don't even realize that that negative person, put that in your mind. So sometimes they will turn you against somebody who was good for you. Or, like the other examples I gave, maybe, this person is there to get you on drugs or to get you off track with your life. So just think about that, and for the things that you need to change, because we all have shortcomings. Every single one of us have shortcomings, some things that we should work on, to better ourselves. Just try to think back to the source. Where did that come from? What's the source of that? Is that person who started you down this wrong path, or do you still deal with that person? Are you dealing with somebody who makes you feel bad every time you're in their presence? They're bringing you down, they're saying something negative, never have nothing positive to say. They're not going nowhere in their life, so they try to discourage you from doing positive things for your life. Why are you still dealing with those people? It's not good for you, because we don't want anybody to end up battling demons all of their life, like DMX does, and like that young lady who I told you guys was on Judge Mathis. Really, really sad. So hopefully somebody's encouraged. I'm gonna go now, and I may do a video tonight or in the next couple of days, because there's some things that I wanted to, some other things that I want to talk about. It has to do with the whole Agenda 21, pretty much. Okay, so you guys have a very blessed day, and I will talk to you guys soon. Robert says, how did you get my email address? Did you send something out? Did you send like a mass email to a bunch of people, Robert? I think it was you. And it had to do with the vaccine. Maybe it wasn't your email, I don't know. Did you send something out that had to do with the vaccine yesterday? I thought it said it came from you. And I basically was just asking you if you mind if I use it and it says your name. I thought it came from you. It was a mass email. Thank you, Mindset. You enjoy your day too. Joseph, thank you. Barbara, thank you. Sojourner Truth, thank you. You guys give me a thumbs up on your way out, please. Robin Hood says, Renata, would you have some advice for me? I have to facilitate a group amongst obvious perks. However, I have difficulties with public speaking. They know this and assign me to this to see me fail. Well, you won't fail. You won't fail. Um, do you mind, Robin Hood, if I put some thought into this and then maybe I'll make a video? I'll make this my next video, actually. Either today, I'll try to do it later on today, or one day this week. Is that okay? Because I like to try to put thoughts into, I want to give you the best answer because I have been in that same situation. So I know exactly what you mean. Okay? I know exactly what you mean, but I want to give you the best response possible. Do you mind if I say your name on the video? Just tell me yes or no, because I normally don't. But some people get upset about that. How come you didn't say my name? But I don't never know if people want me to say their name. So okay. Thank you, Robin Hood. So look for that. Maybe I'll do it tonight. I'm kind of thinking I may not do my talk show. So if I don't do my talk show, it'll be probably a couple hours. Robert, you didn't respond about the email. I think it was from you. The email I got yesterday. Anyway, check your email and see if you got one from me. Okay, you guys, have a blessed afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are. And I will talk to you guys soon. I can't even see how to stop this video. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Okay, thanks for joining, you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. Look for a video either tonight or tomorrow. Okay, good night.